The last class we completed standard actions. Means what do you mean by standard actions? These are the tags given to you by Sun people only. Okay, so the Sun has set the specification. These tags will be used by our developers, and likewise it's telling the vendors also to give the support for those tags. So they'll be implementing it. So if you use those tags, automatically you know how to get the output now. So the flow you know now. See, always the request comes to the servlet. The servlet will interact with the database or whatever. Okay, means and it will fetch the values. Once it fetches the values, those values have to be displayed in the JSP. So that is the reason they have given you what? The use bean, set property, get property tags. Because what the servlet does is, it will collect all the values, put it into a TO. The TO is nothing but a bean. And that bean will be forwarded to the JSP, and in the JSP will start displaying it. So that support means earlier developer was writing using scriptlets. If you want to get the display from the TO or bean in the JSP, you are using scriptlets. To avoid using scriptlets, they introduced those standard actions. That is why we can use it blindly, and that those tags will work in any container of the JEE server. Means any web container of the JEE server. They are standard tags now. So that's why they are called as standard actions. That's how it gets the name. Okay, that is fine. But you saw we learned 6 standard actions tags. Those 6 tags will not be sufficient for what? Means sometimes you want to write some logics in JSP now. Those 6 tags are not helping you to avoid what now? Writing Java coding in the JSPs. There are so many kinds of logic you'll be having. Like example, I'll enter one ID, enter ID. So that ID means when you have a page, supposing this is the first page. This is the first page. I'm just giving you some requirements, just understand. So when I make a request, you will make a request for 1.html or enter.html. So when you enter the ID and submit it, now you have to write on JSP now. So this JSP has to interact with the database, fetch all the values related to that ID and display it back to you. So again you have to write Java code now. Use bean, set property, get property will not help you to solve all the problems. It is only solving you what problem? It just solves you to get the value from the bean and display it. That's it. But any other logic it is not supporting. You got my requirement now? Enter ID. So means you will have an HTML now. Enter.html or something. The user makes the request. So the user will enter 101. So depending on the ID, what should happen now? The request will be accepted by the JSP. The JSP has to interact with the database, fetch all the values from the database and display it back to what? The user. So such kind of logic and all will be required. Understood? So now, but for this you have to write Java code now. Will use bean, set property, get property solve your problem here? No. Okay. So that's the reason what happens. Sometimes we go on writing our own tags also. So some tags they are given. Who? Some people have given. But sometimes there will be a requirement that developer also has to write his own tags. The main reason why he will be writing tags is, you know what? To avoid writing Java code in the JSP. That is one reason. Second reason, okay, why we write our own tags or why we develop our own custom tags. They are called as, tags written by us are called as what now? Custom tags. Standard tags are different, but now we are learning custom tags. So the main reason why we write custom tags is to avoid writing Java coding in the JSP. Second, you can reuse that logic in many JSPs now. That is one more advantage now. Supposedly one logic is there now. Instead of writing that logic in all the JSPs using scriptlets, one is it's a headache coding, writing scriptlet. Second drawback is what? If you want to reuse that logic, you have to write it in all the JSPs, which becomes a big headache. Then maintenance issue. So that is the reason we end up writing what? Custom tags. So I'll show you how to write a simple custom tag now. Okay. So custom tags means developer defined tags. So once you write it, you can, what is the advantage now? You'll avoid writing Java code. Second is you can reuse it in many JSPs. Third is what? Maintenance of your JSP becomes very easy. Like that, plenty of advantages are there if you write custom tags. So see, these are the problems what the developer faces while developing a web application. And what we are going to learn is the solution. So again we are going to learn one very powerful concept. This is the most powerful concept what JSP gives you. And it is the most important class. Because throughout your life you will be working with what? These kind of tags. Because you will not be writing any Java coding in the JSPs. So understand the flow properly here. Understood? Writing logic we will understand later. Writing logic is not at all a problem. Here what you have to understand is, if I write a tag, how will that code get executed? That is the flow you have to understand. So in the interview they question you, explain the flow of custom tags. So that is what we are going to learn. Okay, see the heading is developing custom tags. Clear? And if you want to develop a custom tag, we are left with one directive. And I was teaching you directives. Remember, we are learning 5 basic elements. Scripting elements, directives, standard actions, EL, JSTL. In directive, I had covered 2. Include directive and page directive. One directive I had left there. Which one was that? Taglib. That I'll cover. So this taglib directive which is there in the directive is used for writing what? Custom tags. So why I had skipped that while I was teaching you directives was because first you have to understand what are tags. Once you understand what are tags, then we'll learn how to write custom tags. Now we have got a good grip of how to write tags. Which are they? Standard actions. Set property, get property, JSP colon forward, JSP colon param, all that you learned. So since you are having a faint idea now how tags can be used to avoid writing Java coding in JSP, so now we'll start building our custom tags. Even they have also done the same way. Understood? So I'll go on to explain you now. See, just observe this JSP. This is 1.jsp. I'm writing 1.jsp. So I'm not going more deeper. I'm just showing you very simple output using what? Custom tags. Then we'll concentrate on what? Logics. First we'll concentrate on the flow. Simple example how the code executes and all that we'll concentrate. Like hello world. Then we can think of writing what? Big complicated logics using custom tag. So just concentrate on flow now. Concept is flow. Okay. So this is 1.jsp now. I'm having. And look, I'm using this tags. Just concentrate on this code now. First look at 1.jsp. What is the source code here? You're having HTML, body bg color is equal to width, fine. My colon test. We'll understand what it is, but inside that, this is having a body. My colon test is the tag which is opened, and inside that body of the tag, I'm closing my test here. But inside the body of the tag, you understanding what is the body of the tag? Where you open and close. In between is called as body of the tag. I'm having cluster software solution. After the body of the tag, I'm still continuing to code Bangalore 10 happy learning Java. So that is how you have to understand when you see any code. Understood? So this is how the code has been written. Everything looks fine here. We are very comfortable. This is HTML code and this is the display what you want to do. Fine, and everything is clear, but only thing what is quite puzzling for us is my colon test. Or the question what you are getting is what is my colon test? That is only the custom tag we are going to study now. So that's the custom tag now. So it's my own tag what I have written. So supposing you write this JSP and put it into the server now and make the request HTTP localhost fully outright. Just I have written only what? Localhost JSP/1.jsp. So once you make a request to this JSP, this is the output you will be getting. So this output you predicted. It's not a big issue for you. What is the output you predicted? Cluster software solutions, Bangalore 10 happy learning Java. Yeah, this output you got it. It is there in the page and it's going to display it for you. That's not a problem. But where did this output come from now? Hi guys, welcome to. So that was the output which was generated by my colon test tag. Understood? So that was the output which was generated by my colon test tag. So if you use this tag, what is the output you are going to get now? Hi guys, welcome to. You use it in any JSP, but this is the output. What it will generate. The tag is going to generate this output now. Understood? So you are seeing only a hello world output kind of thing. That's it. Clear? So it will generate that output for you. But yes, how does the JSP container know now? If you use this tag, it has to generate this output. Yes. So this output I have written it on class. This output whatever I want now, I will be writing it in what now? Java class. See, whenever you want to write Java code, you depend on what now? A Java class only. So I have to write the code in a class. I'm not going to write Java code in JSP means if I want to avoid writing Java code in JSP means I have to write it in some other class. That's all. No other option for you. So we will be writing. So this is how you write. You can have any name for this class. That's up to you. But we almost all try to give the same name. Like convention we follow. My colon test. This suffix is there now. See, this is prefix, this is suffix. We generally take the suffix name. And I'll give the name. Test tag handler. Means this is a class which will handle the tag. So these kind of classes are called as what now? Tag handler classes. Tag handler class means it handles the tag. Whenever my colon test is used, it comes and executes this particular class. So this, understand now? This is the technical name what we give. Okay, it's a normal Java class. But what is the duty of it? It has to handle the tag. So that's why they are called as tag handler classes. So whenever you write a tag handler class, it should implement one interface called as tag. is on interface now. Implements is what? Keyword, and the tag is an interface. So implements is used for implementing what? Interface only. And in the tag interface you have got 6 lifecycle methods. I'll show you those lifecycle methods. So whatever logic you want, you'll write it in those 6 methods now. Like how you write the code in init, service and destroy now. In Servlet or JSP, same way here you'll write your code in 6 lifecycle methods. I'll just show you. It's going to be very simple. So the idea is what now? If you use this tag, this class has to get executed now. That's all. The only thing what I have done is, instead of writing Java code, I have put that code into this class. Nothing more I have done. But how does the container know now? If that tag is used, this class only has to be executed. That's the question now. So that is the reason we use what? Taglib directive. Understood? So here what we do, see, we'll tell. If this tag is used, see here, taglib URI is equal to so and so. There are taglib directive is having 2 attributes. You have to understand like that. URI is on attribute, prefix is on attribute. 2 attributes are there. Okay. So it will take now, whenever a tag is encountered, what does the container do? It takes the prefix now. So once it identifies the prefix, it's easier. It is my. So for my prefix, it will go to one TLD file. TLD file means taglib descriptor file. Tag library descriptor means we are creating a library of tags. We can write many tags now. Okay, and we are creating one library. So that's why these files are called as what? TLD files. Taglib descriptor, the full form. So what I am telling, if the prefix is so and so, go to this particular TLD file. And these TLD files will be kept in web.inf folder. So I'll give the location. That's the, which one? Standard what we follow. The TLD files will be kept in web.inf folder. So if the prefix is so and so, it will go to TLD file. So in this TLD file, what you will be doing now? See, leave this, sir. My tag means, what is that? My tag.tld is also an XML file only. In this XML file, the root tag is taglib. Inside this root tag, you are having 2 child tags. What are they? Taglib version, JSP version. So taglib version is 1.2. Okay, and JSP version what we are using is 2. Okay, so you are having versions for taglib also, you are having versions for JSP also. So JSP version is 2 and taglib version is 1.2. These 2, write it blindly. You have to write it. Now leave that. That is what you have to write in all the TLD files. Common it will be. Now come to this tag now. Tag. The name of the tag is what? Tag. And this is a child tag of what now? Taglib. Yes, now carefully observe. What is the name of the tag? Test. So now we are dealing with the suffix. Okay. So name is test. If the tag is test, which class it should execute? You are specifying it here. Fully qualified class name. Test tag handler. So that's it. So now see, when you are made a request to this JSP, how does the flow go now? If a tag is encountered, prefix will be taken, TLD will be identified. Once the TLD will be identified, the class will be identified and this class starts execution. Simple. And the lifecycle methods will be called. There are some lifecycle methods I'll show you. With the API only I'll show. Means with the doc, Java doc only I'll show you all those. Clear? So this is how the 6 methods will be executed. Clear this now? So this is the flow. So this flow is very important, and here there are some important methods. I'll just write it roughly for you. The 6 life cycle methods which are present here are the tag interface. These are methods present in what? Tag interface. The first one would be set page context. It is having one parameter of type page context. Second one, set parent tag T, get parent, and return type also is there. I am not writing the return type. Wait, I'll write it here. Int start tag. Fifth one, do end tag. Sixth one, void release. So these are the 6 life cycle methods which are present where now? Tag interface. Clear? So set page context, set parent, get parent, do start tag, do end tag, void release. So we'll concentrate more on do start tag and do end tag now. Okay, we are going to override and write logic in these methods now, all the 6 methods. So this is how it will happen. So what you are trying to say here is, see when the tag goes on to execute, okay, my colon test, okay, so if you want to do anything when the tag starts executing, so that logic you'll write in which method? Do start tag. Understood? And when it reaches the end of the tag, that time if you want to write any logic, that you'll write it in do end tag, like that. So they have given you some methods for supporting what? Your tag. We'll see it. Other methods also I'll tell you, but the most important methods where we write our logics will be do start tag and do end tag. And in release method, what you'll be writing? You'll be releasing the resources which will be used in your class. Any resource you have used now, that will be released. So very simple. So other methods are also there: set page context, set parent, get parent. We'll see that also. Are you clear with this? These are the 6 lifecycle methods. So when you make a request to your JSP and when the JSP encounters this tag, prefix will be identified. So why is the prefix used now? Prefix is used for identifying what? TLD file. And suffix is used for identifying what? Once the TLD is identified, it will be used for identifying the class. So both prefix and suffix are needed now. That's the reason for Java tags you have prefix and suffix. Prefix and suffix. Prefix is used for identifying TLD file and suffix is used for identifying the class. Once the TLD is identified, then you'll have what? To identify the class, suffix. Suffix will be taken now. If it is test, come and execute this one. One more tag you can write. For that it will execute another class. Like that you can go on. You can write more TLDs also and more classes also. It's up to you how you write now. Okay, so let's see the flow now. This is the flow now. I think I've given you the idea now. So only what we have to see is what? Output now. So before I continue, I'll do one thing. I'll just clear this side. So now see, only 3 files are required. Concentrate. One would be JSP file for writing a custom tag. 2 would be what? A TLD file. 3 would be what? A Java class. The 4th one, web.xml, will be there as it is. Okay, so because you cannot, if you want to put an application into the server, web.xml is mandatory. Understood? So that will remain. But these are the 3 files what you'll be coding now. Are you clear with all these 3 files now? So just write these 3 files. Then next. Now the folder structure goes on increasing. Look at carefully the folder structure. And then I'll go to the output. So whenever you write an application, web application, you'll have my app. See, it goes on increasing now. This will be your HTML folder, you know this. Then you can have what? JSP folder, you can have your SQL folder, that is okay. Because we are coming with new files now, which are there? TLD file and all. So that's why I'm drawing it today also. So again you are having web INF. So in web INF you'll have what? Classes. Now this important folder will contain all the classes in your project. Not one. Don't think it will contain only classes. It will be containing all the classes in your project. Example, see this. Here is where your packages will start getting created. com.cluster.u which one? Servlet. Then you can write com.cluster.util, then com.cluster.custom tag. Means when you are writing tag handler classes, now you put it into what? A package, like that all. Then more, you have written any other thing, com.cluster.to. So like this, you'll go on writing all the keeping all the classes in what? Classes folder. This is the directory structure. It will go on, still more packages will come, still more classes you will add. So this is how your projects will be created. That is in classes. Now in WebINF you will have what? One more folder you will have called as lib, which contains star.jar. Apart from that, what you will have now? Web.xml. Now you are going to have all your TLD also. Any number of TLDs you can have. I am just writing one TLD. My tag.tld. So it will be kept in WebINF. And this would be, as it is, public directory. And this would be the private directory of your project, web application. Public directory of the web application, private directory of the web application. This is the folder structure. So like this, still it will grow, but now you'll get the grip. How many of your classes or whatever will be added now, slowly you'll start getting the grip onto that folder structure. Basic remains same, only more things will be added now. So where is the TLD understood? And where is your class actually understood? Yes. So with this is the folder structure now. So let me start showing you that, which are now code now. So if at all you want to put it in mytag.tld, means in WebINF, in Eclipse, where will you put? In WebINF folder. If you want to put mytag.tld in WebINF, you have to put it in Eclipse, because Eclipse is development environment. So when you deploy it, this folder structure will be created, that we know. Okay, but in Eclipse you will be putting it in WebINF. So if you put in Eclipse in WebINF, that time it will come into WebINF like this. Similarly, if you put in SRC, your tag handler class will come into classes folder. You put it in SRC in Eclipse. In Eclipse, if you put it in SRC, it will come into classes folder of WebINF. I'll extract and show you if you want. Clear? So this is the idea now. So this is how you have to code projects. Clear? Okay, fine. That's the folder structure. Yeah, this is the 17th example, what I am taking now, simple custom tag. Yes, first see where I have saved the files. mytag.tld has been kept into what? WebINF folder. Yes, if you want it in WebINF, keep it in WebINF only. Okay, now where is the package kept? In SRC, but this will go into what? Into classes of WebINF. This is development view. Deployment view is different. Clear? But that is how you have to finally deploy it, and it will happen when you deploy it now. Run as, automatically it will be converted into that folder structure. You don't have to worry. So that's fine now. So I kept it here. So yes, now coming to the JSP. This is your 1.jsp. See this? Same thing what I wrote on the board. Fine. So prefix will be identified. It will come to the TLD. Yes. See how it works now. So in the TLD, what will be there? See, I can write any number of tags. This is one tag what I have written. One more tag also is there called as show. Like that you can go on adding more. But now concentrate only on test. If it is test, I have to give the class name. So now the class will be identified and that class executes. Which are now? Test tag handler will execute. So this is the output. So here some code is there. Right now I have not explained you this. I'll come back to this class. But the output, hi guys, welcome to, is coming from where now? Do start tag. It will execute now. Yeah. So first let's see the output straight away, so that it becomes easy for us to understand, deploy it. Make the request JSP/1 1.jsp. See, yes, see this output, leave this output. This is the output of what SOP in the tag handler class. This is the output what we are concentrating. Hi guys, welcome to Cluster Software Solutions, Bangalore 10, happy learning Java. But how did you get this output? Yes, in 1.jsp if you see, you are not saying hi guys, welcome to. This is there. So from the JSP you are getting this output fine. But hi guys, welcome to is coming from where? This output, hi guys, welcome to is coming from tag handler class. So let's see how that works now. Clear? Concentrate now. So, and okay, let me tell you the flow first. The flow would be what? What is the flow? Prefix, TLD is identified. Sorry, from the prefix, TLD is identified. From the TLD, it will go to the TLD. Now it will look for the suffix. Class is identified. Now the correct class will execute. You don't have to worry. So like that you can write any number of classes. But we are now concentrating on how the methods are getting executed in this class. Yeah? So flow is clear now. Prefix, TLD, suffix, class. Flow is very clear. Clear? So yes. Now this class, tag handler class, you know why it gets the name tag handler class. It's handling that tag. So that's why it's a normal Java class only, but we call it as tag handler class. Okay. It has got 6 life cycle methods. 6 life cycle methods because it's implementing what? Tag interface. So whenever you want to write a custom tag, you have to use tag interface. You have to implement tag interface. And see, this interface is there in this package. javax dot servlet dot jsp dot tag extension called dot tag. It is there in that interface. Clear? So I'll open the doc now and show you. See, this is the, okay, you can just copy this and put it into Google. Sorry, javax. Yeah, you can open the doc. Java docs you open. So you're having, this is the interface tag, and it is having 2 sub interfaces, body tag and iteration tag. These are the 2 sub interfaces. We'll come back to that. We are concentrating on tag. So slowly scroll down, and it is having some 4 fields, variables, constants. Eval underscore body underscore include, eval underscore page. It is having underscore there. It is not visible because they have underlined it. Skip underscore body, skip underscore page. So these are the 4 constants what you are having there, and they are all of type what? Int. And these are the 6 methods which I wrote now. So that's all the members of what now? Tag interface. These are the 6 members, methods, and 4 variables. So and this is there in that this one now. So you have to implement it. Are you clear from where we are doing it? Yes. But if you try to implement it now, you'll get an error because this class is there in that package, fine. But you have to add the jar now. So we start using libraries now. Your project needs what? Libraries. Your project now needs the tag interface. This tag interface. But this is not there in servlet API.jar. So you have to add the jar. And this jar, can you guess where it is? C drive. This is how you have to understand. Okay. You can go to Apache Tomcat, lib, guess. You can only understand it is there in JSP API.jar. So you have to add the jar. So it is that jar is here now. I have added. Otherwise you will get the compilation error only. In lib you can see I have added what? JSP API as well as servlet API.jar. Otherwise you will get compilation errors. I will delete it. See this. See this, import. From where it will import? Only if you give the jar file it can import, no? So that is why you have to add that jar. Understand how to add jars? So like this, in your project you will go on adding many jars. Which one? JDBC jar, OJDBC, servlet API, JSP API. Means when you are coding a project, what all libraries you want for coding, go on adding now. Clear? So you will add it now. So how do you add it now? Go to that location, C drive, Apache Tomcat, lib. This you have to add. Clear? Better keep it where? My jars you keep it off. You keep it in servlet and JSP jars. You can name the folder. I'll just change the name now. Servlet and JSP jars. Clear? So from here you add it now. Because you'll need it many times now. So instead of copying it every time, copy it from there only. Yes. So the compilation error will be resolved now. Getting it? So now you will start coding. So what you have to code now? That's the question. What you'll code now? See, these are the two instance variables I am declaring. What are they? Tag is on interface only. So P is a variable of type tag, PC is a variable of type page context. So today we are seeing the other implicit object of the JSP. Which one? Page context. Last class we saw the implicit object page, and now today we will be seeing the implicit object page context. So PC is a variable of type page context. So these are all there. See, if you want, you can notice where are the classes and interfaces. So only if you add that jar, your error will be resolved. Otherwise you start getting error here. Clear? So done. Now set page context. Page context P, PC is equal to P. Means what is that we are trying to do is, these are the 6 lifecycle methods. They will be executed. Okay, one after the other. So the first method which gets executed is set page context only. So and the page context which is there in JSP will be supplied implicitly as an argument to this method. So what we'll be doing? We'll be accepting that reference and storing it into this reference variable. Understand now? In JSP, see there are actually, if you see now, there are 2 classes technically. One is the JSP class. One.jsp is finally can be converted to what? One class by name, one underscore JSP. This is the name of the class. And the other class what we are working now is test tag handler. So it is in this class you are having one implicit object called as, means you are having many implicit objects here. In the JSP class, what are the implicit objects? Session, context, config, request, response, all. So out of that, one implicit object will be sent as an argument to your which method? Set page context. So the reference of that will be stored now. You have to do it. Understood? Why? We'll see now. Okay. So page context. The reason is why you know. See, this is a tag handler class. It's like a normal Java class now. Okay. And if at all you want to use your implicit objects, which one? Request, response, config, session and all. How will you use those objects in this class now? See, sir, all these implicit objects or all these server side objects, I mean to say all the server side objects, request, response, config, context, whatever, out. Okay, so all these objects are available in the servlet for you, or available in the JSP for you. Why they are available in the servlet and JSP? Because you are implementing the servlet interface. So any class which implements a servlet is a servlet. Yes, and in that class you will have the access to all the server side objects. But your tag handler class is neither implementing servlet nor extending HTTP servlet, nothing it is doing. So how will you get the access to those objects now? And those objects are very vital, yes or no? Without those objects, can you write any logic? Your values are stored in request object only or session object, anywhere. In any object you can store it, config, context and all that. Okay, but the values are stored in those objects. So if you want to access those objects in this class, how will you access now? That becomes a headache. So that is the reason what they are doing. They are having page context. So page context is the gateway for all the implicit objects now. Using page context, what you can do now? You can get access to any implicit object. So now I will show you the document for what? Page context. See this. Okay, we will go to frames. And now in the JSP, javax.servlet.jsp. Here you can see the page context. We are in the same package already. Yeah, JSP context. Here page context. So page context is there. Look at the API, clearly the document. See, these are the constants. Where? In page context. What are the constants? Application scope, config, exception. So these are all constants and they are all of type string. Remember that. But look at the methods. Forward, get error data, get exception, get request, get response. Return type of get request is what? Select request. Return type of get response is what? Select response. Return type of get select config is what? Select config. So I got get select context, return type is what? Select context. Get session, return type is what? HTTP session. So these are the methods you start using now, which are present in page context. So it is an implicit, means it is going to give you the access to all the server side objects. They are not, okay, in simple word what I am trying to say is, all your server side objects are not implicitly available in tag handler class. You have to get the reference to those server side objects in the tag handler class explicitly. So that becomes a big headache now. So that's the reason they are giving you page context. Page context is a gateway to access all the server side objects in your tag handler class. Most what? Important interview question. So always we focus on these 8 objects only. Do not lose, what is that? Vision on these 8 objects. The moment you lose vision on these 8 objects in server side programming, you're gone. So your focus should always be there on these 8 objects only. From day one I am teaching you Select JSP, I am concentrating only on these objects, which are request, response and all that. It continues, no difference. So we'll be working with those objects now. Are you clear why we need the page context? So that is why there are 2 classes now, yes or no? When the JSP gets converted to .java, it will be, what will be the name of the class? Anything XYZ, class 1 underscore JSP extends HTTP JSP base. The other class which we are having is test tag handler class now. So all the object, request, response, config are there in this class. And values also will be where now? In this class only, because the values are there in request object or session object, whatever object. How will you access them here now? So that's the reason page context will be sent here. Only one object. Through that you can access all the objects. And I'll show you. So that is why mandatorily override what? Set page context. And it will be called implicitly, you don't have to worry. Once the tag is identified, the prefix is identified, the suffix is identified, the class is identified, first method which gets executed in your tag handler class is set page context only. The reference will be given implicitly here. Like how your service method executes and you'll get the reference to what? Request and response object. Here also page context will come implicitly to you. Only page context is implicit. Rest all should be got explicitly. How? Which method? PC dot get request, PC dot get session, PC dot get config. Which object you want to work? Yeah, that's why it becomes a most important interview question. Okay, so I'll explain you this now. Page context is here, page context. Then other implicit objects are which one? Session, then config. So it is there in this JSP class. So here you will get that in page context PC. This is the method set page context. You getting it now? It will come here and you can access it. I'll access it now. So that's the idea. Yeah, so that is the set page context. It will be sent implicitly, do not worry. Set parent, get parent. Do not worry about these methods also now. These 2 methods you have to worry when your tag is having a parent tag. When your tag is having a parent tag. My:test. Or what is that? Which is our tag now in 1.jsp? My:test. Does it have a parent tag now? Right now we are not written. When you write it, we'll think about it. So this is used to work with the parent tag. Set parent and get parent. But the set parent tag parameter is what? Tag T. Again what you have to do? It will come implicitly, reference. So that you have to store it as instance variable. Clear? What am I doing? First, I'll get that and store it into this instance variable. You should not lose those references. Once you lose the references, you can't work here. Supposingly I don't override page context and don't store the reference of page context, what logic will I write here? So same way here, store the reference of tag also, store the reference of page context also. Okay, so then done. So these 3 methods over now. Okay, now starts do start tag. I just want to do an output now. What is the output I want to do? Hi guys, welcome to. Yes or no? So see here what I am doing. PC dot get response. What is the return type of get response? Select response. In that the method is there called as get writer. Return type of get writer is what? Out. You write it in 3-4 lines or write it in a single line like this. Understood? 3-4 lines means what? PC dot get response is what? Select response. PC dot get response. Return type is select response res. Then response dot get writer. What is the return type? Print writer. Print writer pw or out, whatever variable name you want to give. Then you call what? Pw dot println hi guys welcome to. Instead of writing 2-3 lines like this, I have just written it in single line. Done. Hi guys welcome to. That's the way you write. Clear? That is okay now. Yes. Now the most important is the do start tag is having a return type as int. That is very important. Yes. So what is the value I have to return? You have those. What is this now? Eval underscore body underscore include. It is a constant in the tag interface. Yes or no? So my class is implementing that interface. So blindly I can use this. I don't have to use any dot operator. Blindly I can use that constant. Eval underscore body underscore include. What does this mean? That means very simple. Your JSP is in this tag. You are having a body, no? You want that to be evaluated or not? So do start tag will execute all that. What it will do? Do start tag, what it will do? It will print hi guys welcome to. So do start tag starts execution. So do start of the tag is over. Now it is coming across the body. The body starts. Start tag is over now. Next, what is happening? Once the start tag is over, now body will start. Understood? Start tag over now. Start tag, what it will print? Hi guys welcome to. Now the body of the tag starts. Do you want this to be evaluated or not evaluated? If you want that to be evaluated, tell eval underscore body or eval underscore include underscore, body underscore include. Only then the body will be considered. If you say skip body, it will not print. Cluster software solutions will not print. I'll show you that. Understood? So it will not print. And okay, fine. So I'll show you that. So these are the two possible values what you can give in what? Do start tag. Either you say eval body or skip body. But I have told eval body. Now okay, body is getting evaluated. Now it will come to the end of the tag. So what has happened now in 1.jsp cluster software solutions printed. Body was evaluated. Now it has reached the end of the tag. So at the end of the tag, what you want to do? Very simple. I am telling what here? Eval page. So you have to understand 2 points here. One is the body, one is the page. So what is page now? See, whatever is there in between my test is body. Whatever is there after the tag, the entire thing is called as what? Page. Do you want the page to be evaluated or not? Yes, you want the page to be evaluated. So that means you want Bangalore 10 and Happy Learning Java to print. So that's why I am telling eval page. If I say skip page, these things will not be executed. So I got the difference between skip body and skip page. Skip body means cluster software solutions will not print. Skip page means these two will not print. Bangalore 10 and Happy Learning Java will not print. Clear? So this is how the code goes on executing. That's it. Simple flow. What is there? Write logic now. So here you have to decide what logic to write. I just focused on the flow now. If there is a prefix, it will come to the TLD. From the TLD, it will come to the suffix will be identified and it will come to the class. So here I have shown you a simple output. Some 3-4 classes, if I show you how to write, you will automatically start understanding how to write the logic. Okay. And in release method, what you will do? You will release all the resources. Have I used any resource here? I have not used any resource. So that's why I am not releasing also. So your resource might be database connection or socket connection, anything like that. So all these resources you can release here. I have not used it. So this is how your class looks now. Are you clear with the tag handler class? Yes. So when you made the request, see the output now. Yeah, we saw the output. Yes, I'll make the request 1.jsp again. Run on server. You can see the same output which has happened. Hi guys, welcome to whatever I explained to you. Same way the code is getting done. Here, if I just wanted to print hi guys, welcome to, I could have printed in the JSP only. Yes or no? If I just wanted to print hi guys, welcome to, I could have written here only. No. Why need of custom tag? So you will not be using custom tag just for printing hi guys, welcome to and all. You will be writing very complicated logic. This is an example to just show you the flow. Clear? If this tag is encountered, how that class gets executed, and in that class how the methods are getting executed, and all those methods are life cycle methods. We cannot call them. The container goes on calling the methods in the tag handler class, which one? The JSP container or web container today. So that is very crucial now. Are you clear with this? Yes. You want to understand what is skip body now? Yes. So let's see this. In the TLD file, in the tag handler class, I will now tell what you know. Yeah, do start tag and I'll tell skip body. See this. Clear? I have told skip body now. So now, once it is done, I think it should deploy. I think it has deployed. Any changes you do, it will deploy it. No problem. So 1.jsp, see. Body is skipped, but page is continuing. Cluster Software Solutions is not printing, but welcome to Bangalore, happy learning Java, that it is printing. Yes. If I want to skip the page also, what will I do? That's your wish. What do you want to do? Now you might be having a question. Why should I do eval page, skip page? Let's see this. First see the output. It's deployed, I think. No, still yeah. It's deployed now. Now make the request. Hi guys, welcome to. Body also skipped. Tag is executing. Do start tag is executing now. But nothing in your JSP is getting executed. Do start tag executes. So that's the control now. So you might have a question. Why should I say eval body, skip body or eval page, skip page? You will have requirements. Logics will be there. Supposingly, there's one page now. Okay, front page. Hello means the login page or something like that. For that first page, there might be two types of users logging in. Like an admin might be logging in or a normal user might be logging in. If he is an admin, you have to display the entire content of the page. Understood? And if he is a normal user, you don't want to display the entire contents of the page. You can say skip page. That depends. So these values will come dynamically. Whether he is an admin or normal user, they'll come dynamically. So depending on whether he is admin or login and all, what you'll be doing? Deciding to display what part of the page to display. Whether the full page or the half page, or whether the full body or the not, if you do not want to display the body, all these requirements will come. So that is the reason they are giving you this support. Are you clear with this? Yes. So now this is how it goes on executing. I'll just redo all the things. So I'll keep it as what now? Eval page and yes, which one? Eval body include only. So once it is done, so now save it. Yeah. So now see, I will come to the lifecycle methods now. Okay. Now I'll make the request. Carefully see this. 1.jsp. It is executing everything. Fine. That is brilliant. But look at the methods. How many methods have to be executed? 6. Set parent. See, set page context. Set parent. That is executed. Do start tag is executed. Do end tag has got executed. Release has not got executed. Get parent has not got executed. Leave get parent now. Okay. Set parent has got executed. Okay. The two methods are get parent and release method. Now why isn't the release method not executed? It is actually, if you whether you write the code or not, that is secondary now. The release method will be executed when the tag handler object will be destroyed. Till now the object of tag handler is not destroyed. Why it is not destroyed? Because they know it. See, for your JSP only, many requests can come now. Imagine now, think it practically now. For 1.jsp, how many people can make the request? Many users can make the request. So every time a request comes for 1.jsp, every time should the tag handler object be created and destroyed? They will not do it. You know the life cycle now? For servlet what happens? The servlet object gets destroyed only when the server shuts down. Same thing here also. So it will be destroyed when the tag handler object. It will be destroyed when the server shuts down. So it will be waiting for more requests to come. Understood? So release, that's why it's not getting executed. Release will be executed only when the tag handler object will be destroyed. But if you want to see the release getting executed, we can do it. What? Some changes you make, either in some source code, automatically it will redeploy. So that time you can see the release method getting executed. If you want to see it, and that has happened, say I made changes, when I redeployed, you can see that the release method is getting executed if you make changes. But from the development point of view, if you see, once your application has been coded and put into the live environment, production environment, okay, there this will not happen. Practically I am talking. In production environment, you write your application and put it into the live environment. There nobody will go and make changes to your JSP or source code now. So just for output purpose, I am going to show you now. See this, I will make some change here. Okay, one second. I will make some more requests. See this. You will never see the release getting executed. So I'll make more requests. I'll open on Chrome browser, make the request, again enter, assuming that I'm making more requests, or you open a which one? Explorer and make more requests. So fine, it's only going on executing what now? Do star tag. See, the other methods are getting executed. Set page context, okay. Do star tag, okay. These all methods are getting executed, but not release. Release method will not execute. So, but all the other methods are getting executed. When will release be called? When it is going to be destroyed. If you want to see it, see, I'll show you. Just for the purpose of showing, I'm showing you. What is that? Sorry, test tag handler, na? Yeah, some change you do here. Hi guys, welcome to. I'll put on BR here. Any change you want to do. BR means next line. See, it gets redeployed. See here, bottom console. Here you see. Yes or no? So that time, what happened? Release is called. Again, you make the request. Fully it will start now. So I'll make the request. So just I showed you why they are called lifecycle methods. Clear? So I'll make the request. Set page context. Release is not called. But live environment, changes will not be done like that. Clear? So this is how it works now. Are you clear with the flow? It's all about only writing logics now. So flow is very important. Logic anybody can write now. If you want, you can do start tag, you can connect to database, fetch the values from the database. Anything you can do now. Understood? So all that we'll discuss. Yeah? So this is how it works. PC.get response. Okay, fine. And now see, if I want in 2.jsp, I'm having one more tag, my:show. Same example, but one more JSP is there, 2.jsp. See, sometimes that pop-up will keep coming. If you deploy anything, you saw the. So if you don't want that, just disable this. Just click there once, so that any changes you do, and you're working on the full screen now. It will not come out now. Second. Just open a new window. Yeah, we are into which one now? Here we have to configure the server, I think. Show view. I opened a new window, that's it. Other server. Still started. Okay, you can continue working. So which one is that? And you have to see the console now if you want. Show view, console. So these two tabs you always keep it open. Console and server. And yes, that's disabled. Yes, now 2.jsp we are discussing. Which one is that? My show. So if the prefix is my, it will go to which one again? My tag.tld. Same flow. In my tag.tld, you can notice what is there now. Show. It will go for show tag handler class. In show tag handler class, what I am doing? I am telling, see this. Now one more way to write your, which one? I am not implementing now. Which one? Tag interface. I am saying extends to tag support. Now tag support is another way of writing tag handler class. Understood? I can say extends tag support. If you want to clearly understand this, it's very simple. You should understand the UML diagram. See, this is how they are related. JSP tag is a marker interface. It does not have any body. It does not have any methods. This is a marker interface. No methods are there. Tag interface is extending what now? JSP tag. That's one more example for what? Marker interface. How many marker interfaces you know now? Clonable. serializable, and one more single thread model, JSP tag. Yes, 4 marker interfaces over. This is a very important interview question. How many marker interfaces do you know? Name them. Clear? So any tag which implements the JSP tag is what now? Sorry, any class which implements JSP tag is a tag handler class. Like any class which implements a select is a select now. Same way, any class which implements JSP tag is a tag handler class. So that's a marker interface. Fine, that is okay. Leave, there are no methods there. But tag interface is having how many members, sir? 6 lifecycle methods and 4 variables. Which one? Skip body, eval body and all that, and the 6 lifecycle methods. Now iteration tag is extending what now? Tag interface. So it is used for doing some iterations. I'll show you some logic. I'll implement that also and show you. Okay. So iteration tag is there. Now one more interface is there which is extending what? Iteration tag. Means supposingly if you are having 6 methods here you might have 2 more methods extra, and here you might have 2 more methods extra. That's all. Inheritance now. It is inheriting. So these are all interfaces and inheriting. Okay. So if there are 6 methods here, I'll show you the extra methods which are there in iteration tag. Some 2 methods might be. So instead of they are extending it and adding the extra 2 methods. Here also they are extending it and adding the extra methods. So that is the interface hierarchy. That is okay. Now see, tag support is a class which is implementing iteration tag. It is implementing it. Understood? And body tag support is also implementing what? Body tag interface. But when it is implementing, it will be having some common methods from here now. So that is why what it is doing. Because see, when it implements body tag support, when it implements the interface body tag, it has to override all these methods. So instead of overriding all the methods, what they'll do? They'll extend this, and only the abstract methods, pending methods, they will implement it. So here what you have to understand, tag support is a class which is having the implementation of all these methods. Which methods? The methods in iteration tag. So are you clear with this? So tag support is a class which is implementing iteration tag interface. So let's go now and see the doc. So you have to refer the doc always. And which one now? The class now? Yes. What is that class name? What is that? Tag support. Tag support is there in which package? Tag extension dot tag support. It is there in this package. So we'll look into the document now. JSP dot. Here in this package you'll find it. Clear? In this package here. Click there. So and you'll find which one now? Tag. Yeah, this class now. This is a class. So I'll open tag support now. In tag support, see, these are the fields. These are some more. One more extra variable will come now in iteration tag. Which one you know? Eval body again. That's the extra variable. So then, see, these are the methods. None of the methods are abstract. All are concrete methods. They have implemented. Okay, set parent, everything they have done. See this? And here if you see, in that class they are having one variable. They are having one variable of type page context. Okay, page context is a variable of type what? Page context. So you don't have to do set page context also. Directly you can use what? Page context. So writing your class becomes more simple and easy. Now which methods you want to override? Only that. Don't have to override what? All the 6 methods. Simple. That's what I am trying to show you now. So that is how the story starts here. Show tag handler extends what? Tag support, and I'll override only 2 methods now. Which one? Do start tag and do end tag. Clear? I'll override only 2 methods. That's it. Do start tag and do end tag. Over. So that's the advantage if you extend this class. If you don't want any logic, better you go for what? Implements tag only, like previous one. So we do this only, and see now I'm using page context. Why? This is a variable in which class? Tag support class. So you don't have to say set page context and all that. See this? In the doc you see always, refer to the docs. page context. I'm using that variable, and it has been initialized by calling which method now? Same thing, it is coming in your superclass now. The method is being executed. When you make the request, it will be executing. Set page context. It will be initializing that. Done? So directly use it. So you're having access now again. I just wanted to print number 1 training institute. That's it. Fine. Yes or no? Number 1 only. No? Okay. Number 1 Java Training Institute. Happy learning in cluster. That's it. So whatever you want to print now. But here I am telling, clearly observe, skip body. Means this tag is not going to have body only. So it means if it is pre-decided, if you know in advance, you do not want the body for your tag, then what you say? Skip body. Means here you are not giving an option only. Means here this. Okay, I'll come back to that. Skip body you are telling, and here you are telling what? Eval page. Page will be evaluated. That is okay. Now let's come to the TLD file. In the TLD file, notice here, I am telling body content is what? For show tag handler, what is the body content? Empty. For test tag handler, what is the body content? JSP. So these are the two values what you can give to your body content. It's a tag. Which one? Body content is on tag, and it can contain two values. One is the JSP value or the empty value. Clear? So JSP means if you are having body inside your tag, that time you use JSP. So here you tell JSP, and there in the tag handler class either you can say what? Skip body or eval body. Two options will be there. If you tell JSP now, the meaning is what? This tag is going to have body. This tag is going to have body, and whether you want to use the body or not, you decide in the tag handler class. But here if I say empty, finished, this tag cannot have body only now. So always you have to write what? Skip body. No eval body now. So it's up to you. But this is how you write body content, JSP and body. Clear? Sorry, JSP and empty. Clear? So see this test tag handler, what has happened for okay, first show tag handler, it will be empty. Okay, so since it is empty, so in the show tag handler it should be skip body, because it's not going to have a body only. Even if you write eval body, no use now, because you are telling what? No body in the TLD file. Empty it is, you are telling. That's how it works. Clear? So make the request for 2.jsp. So number 1 Java Training Institute, happy learning in cluster, good luck. Good luck is coming from where? In the end of the page, or you can print something like we are end of JSP. So it's evaluating the page but not the body. Body does not have only, see this, I opened and closed it there only. End of JSP. You are getting the output. Clear this? Okay. So be careful when you do JSP or empty here. If it is empty, 100% you cannot have a body for it. But if you write JSP here, two options will be there. Either you can say skip body or eval body. Those things you be clear. So this is how you write tag handler class. Some notes if you want you can take now. See, I am going with this. If you refer to the document, you know how the document has been designed now. Basic elements of JSP, scripting elements, directives. In the second one, directives. If you scroll down at covered ink tag, which one? Page directive, include directive, now taglib directive. Some few things you have written there, this much. Now it will continue. Clear? Yes. Custom tags are, this is the important notes now. Okay. Related to custom tags. Custom tags are what? User defined tags. It eliminates usage of scripting elements, which is considered to be a bad programming approach in a JSP. It also helps in separating the business logic from the JSP page. Advantages of custom tag. It helps in eliminating the Java code in JSP. It means it helps in decoupling business logic from presentation logic. If you want to write any business logic, you can write there in the tag handler class. Reusability of Java code in multiple JSP. And lastly, maintenance of JSP becomes very easy. So these are the advantages. Now following are the steps. This is a very important interview question. What are the steps you follow to write a tag handler class? 3 steps. Write a tag handler class by implementing what? The tag interface I have written. Option is anything. Extends, implements, anything you do. But mainly it should implement what? tag interface, okay, which consists of the business logic to be used in the JSP. Then after writing the tag handler class, what will you do? Write a TLD file to define the tag and the tag handler class. That's it. And you will use the tag in the JSP. Very important interview question, this one. Next interview question. Explain the flow of custom tag. Clear? When a tag is encountered in the JSP, first prefix of the tag will be taken and TLD will be identified with the help of Taglib directive. After the TLD file is found, the suffix of the tag in the JSP will be taken and checks for the tag in the TLD file. Once the tag is found in the TLD file, the tag handler class will be identified and loaded into the JVM and execution starts. Yeah? Yes, sir. The container now. Next, the container executes the lifecycle methods in the tag handler class in the following way. How? Set page context, set parent. This third one I will explain to you. Just wait in a moment. But your tags can have attributes. Your tags can have, till now our tags are not having what? Attributes. They are having only body and all that. Attributes I will write. Next example is that only. If you have an attribute, you will have one setter method for that attribute in the tag handler class. If you have an attribute now, like you will be having attributes now, body, BG color is what? Attribute. Okay, like that, JSP, include, page was the attribute now, like that you will have attributes. Okay, so if you have an attribute, that corresponding setter method you will have in tag handler class. I will explain that to you now. So if you are having an attribute, those setter methods will be called in what? Your tag handler class. That's the third step. So this is how the methods are executed. These are clear. Set page context, set parent, do start tag, do end tag, release is clear. Only extra which is coming out here is setter methods of the attributes are called. I'll show you. That's the next example. Clear? Fine. Next, some entry implementations maintain pool of tag handler instances. They'll maintain pool because if one client is using one tag handler object, what will the other client do now? So they'll not unnecessarily create and destroy the which one now? The tag handler instance. Some vendors, what they do? They'll maintain pool only for giving good performance. Yes, for giving better performance. They do not create and destroy the tag handler object for every request. Example is Tomcat. Your Tomcat is not destroying now, so it will be maintaining in a pool now. Clear? Fine. Next, what is page context? Most important question. Page context is an implicit object in the JSP. It is a gateway to access all the implicit objects of the JSP. It is very useful while writing the tag handler class. I will access more members. I will access a session and all that I will access with the page context. That time you will understand it. Fine. What happens to you if you do not use the Taglib directive when you write a custom tag? Your final question will be this only. I will write everything, but I will not use what? Taglib directive. Tag will be ignored. That's all. Means, say this. 1.jsp now. In 1.jsp I am removing what? Taglib. I will remove it. What happens? If your question is that, I will make a request to which one now? 1.jsp. 1 second, it has to deploy. See, it is gone. Understood? It is gone. Hi guys, welcome to do start tag is not getting executed. Do start tag should execute now. What is do start tag going to do? Hi guys, welcome to. It's not printing that. So tag will be ignored. That's all. Nothing else will happen. So that's why you have to use the taglib directive when you use custom tags. Clear? So now see, this is the same way you and your stand actions are getting executed. But only thing is we are not writing the taglib directive for that. Did you write the taglib directive while using stand actions? Use bean set property? No. Why? Because they are standard tags. And by default it will be considered. You don't have to write it. You don't have to write taglib directive for stand actions. That is why they are called as stand actions. Yeah? So this is the notes for all this. And now we will see an attribute with a tag. Clear? See, this is the next example I am going, the 18th one. Here I will be showing you two things. Attribute also I will show, iteration also I will show. So means I'll be showing you how to implement iteration tag. Iteration tag is one more interface now. So see this, in the iteration tag, I'll be covering that now. This is your tag support. Tag support is having one more sub interface. Yeah, it is implementing iteration tag now. Yeah, iteration tag. See this. It is having these 6 methods will come from tag interface. What are the 6 methods? Do end tag, do start tag, get parent, release. These methods will come. Extra method which is present here is, what is that? Yeah, do after body. One extra method will come. In which one? Iteration tag. After the body ends, what you want to do? Remember, start tag, body, start body, end tag. Okay, start tag, start body, end tag. 4 things will come. So here you are having do after body. Means when the body completes execution, before do end tag. So do after body will execute when? Before do end tag. Quite logical, no? Do after body will execute before do end tag. That's it. So that's one method which has been added extra here. So you should know how to use this method. And one more member which has been added is eval body again. One variable has been added. If you want to evaluate the body again, see, body will come to an end. You want to evaluate the body. If you give this value now, it will evaluate it again. Means iteration will happen. If you say skip body will not be evaluated. So if you want to iterate the body or use the body again and again, that is when you will use what? Iteration tag. I'll give you an example for this. If you want to use the body again and again, iteration, you'll use this. Simple. So this concept also I will cover. At the same time, I'll be using what? Attribute also. Very simple example now. See this. First.jsp. This is a custom tag what I have written, h:fun. Prefix is h. It will go to hello.tld. That is okay. But where is what? Attribute. You can write. And the value I am giving is equal to 10. Fun, where is equal to 3. Same, I am using the tag twice. You can use it any number of times. Once you write it, you can use it. So I have written some logic there. That we'll see what logic. But I am studying Java. So this is the body. So this body will be printed how many times now? 10 times. Iterates. I am studying Java will be printed 10 times because I have given a value here. Same way for this it will print 3 times. But attribute is important. So 2 concepts will be going now parallelly. One is attribute for a tag and other one is iteration tag. That interface, which one? Iteration tag interface. So if you want to implement iteration tag interface, you can say either iteration tag or I can extend what? Tag support also. Notice that. If you want iteration tag support, either I can implement iteration tag and override all the methods or just override required methods by extending tag support class. So I'll go with extend tag support on. Very simple now. So if this is the TLD, you know TLD now. Carefully look at the TLD. It will be kept in this place. Hello.tld. Yes. So everything remains same. Taglib version, JSP version, all that. Fun is the name of the tag. This is the tag handler class. Body content is JSP. I want the body. So it cannot be empty now. So it is JSP. Yes. If you are having attributes, now you have to specify that attribute here. So attribute is a child tag of what? Tag now. Means fun tag is having an attribute called as where. Understood? Again attribute is having what? Child tags. Okay, what are the child tags? Name. What is the name of that attribute? Where? Required means optional or mandatory. If it is mandatory, you have to write required. Some tags, some attributes will be optional now. Body BG color is optional now. If you want, you can use, otherwise leave it. So that is optional. But if you want mandatory, then you go for required. He has to use it. You cannot use the tag without that attribute. Mandatory it will be. Yeah? Like use bean. You have to mandatorily use ID, no? You have to use mandatory class, no? Yes? Same way here, this, when you use this tag, where is mandatory to be used? Now next, RT expression value means runtime expression value. If you do you want to give a dynamic value to it? True. Means I want to give dynamic value. I show you. Here I am hard coding. 10 and 3 are hard coded. Next example I'll make it dynamic. Clear? So if you want to give runtime expression value, means dynamic value, make it as true. So if you don't give these two things, default value of required will be false and default value of RT expression value will be false. Means dynamic value will not be supported. Some fixed value you have to give. Understood? So that's the difference between required and, means that's what you mean by required and RT expression value. Clear? So yes. So this is your attribute. Now, are you understanding the tag handler class? So how many ever attributes? If you have 3 attributes, 5 attributes, all attributes should be mentioned here. If your tag handler class has it. Understood? So fine, that attribute is there now. But that the value in the attribute should now be given to tag handler class now. What is the value in the attribute? 5 and 3, or sorry, 10 and 3. These values have to be given to what? Tag handler class. Only then it can process it. So how do you give it? Very simple. So simple programming they have done for you. Just add setter methods. Set var, that's it. Set var and get var. Setter getter methods. So the JSP container will identify. See, it knows now. You know the flow now? Prefix. It will go to the TLD file. In the TLD file it knows this class and it will know the attribute now. There is one attribute by name var. So first set page context will be called. First. Next, I think next this one only will be called. Which one? You saw in the, what is the flow now? Yeah, set parent will be called and then setter methods will be called. Automatically it will be called. So the value in var will be given to what? Your tag handler class by calling the set var. It will come as string, but the 10 and 3 whatever you are given, it will be coming as string. So I will store it. Now I will use that value. Understood? So are you understanding now how to get the value in the attribute into your tag handler class? The value in the attribute should be got into your tag handler class. It's very simple. Just declare the attribute there in the TLD file and have one setter method. So it will see this var now. Means it will see the attribute name and automatically it will only call what? Set var method. Clear? So it will come here now. So once it comes here, okay, now see I am overriding all the methods here. Actually I could have gone for what? Okay, extending. Okay, I am extending and overriding all the methods. That's up to you. Okay, but why am I overriding all the methods here is to show you the execution of all the methods. Fact is I could have gone for only 2 methods, do start tag, do end tag. But my intention was to show you the execution of all the life cycle methods. So that's why I am just writing it. So set var, get var, do start tag. Do start tag is what? Eval the body. Fine, that is okay. Means here what I am doing when the tag starts off. I am having 2 more variables here, count and n. Both are int. So what I do when the do start tag happens, carefully observe. Integer.parseInt of var. I am converting the string into int. So it is n now. And I have declared one local variable called as count. Sorry, it is an instance variable. I will initialize, it will be 0 here. Here it will be changed to 1. So when do start tag executes, count will be 1 and n will be what value? What are the value you have given there? 10 or 3 or whatever. So n is what now? For the first tag? 10. Yes? So n is 10, count is 1. Now see, do start tag, it will execute this. Leave that. So after executing that, do after body will execute. Do start tag, you are told eval body. Body will be executed. After the body completes execution, do after body will execute. So what is the logic you are writing in do after body? Here you say, if count is less than n, what is the value of count? 1. Is it less than n? 10. N is 10, no? Count is 1. 1 is less than 10. True. So what I'll say, eval body again. Execute the body again. So again it will print, iterate and print. But I am incrementing count plus plus here, remember that. So it will again what happen, it will evaluate the body. So again do after body will execute. After the body completes execution, do after body. So when do after body executes, now this time count is 2. 2 is less than 10. So again what will happen, evaluates the body. Again it will complete the execution of the body. Again this method goes on executing. But this time the values of count is what? 3. 3 is less than 10. Like that it goes on executing. Finally when it is becoming 10, if 10 is less than 10 false, what it will do? Skip body. So you should know how to use that. Eval body, skip body. Simple examples I am giving you to understand the concept. Understood? So then finally, do and tag. What will I do? Eval page. So since I am telling eval page, it goes on to continue to execute what? This also. Otherwise skip page means this wouldn't have got executed. Very simple flow now. That's it. So let's see this output now. So the next example we are going now. So the name of the JSP is first dot JSP slash, see this. Only I have to give the value dynamically, I will give it. Rest all is clear for you now. 10 and 3 are hard coded values. If you want, you can give dynamic values also. Simple. So like this you can go on writing your custom tag. See the flow. Always understand the flow, how you write a custom tag. Clear? So this is how it goes on executing, and if you want you can see the console. Do start body, do after body is executed 10 times. After that do end tag. So one tag completes execution. Then again do start tag, the second one. So that will print do after body how many times, sir? 3 times. So do after body will go on executing, and then do end tag. Just put SOPs, you will notice the flow. The life cycle methods will go on getting executed for you. Simple. Yes? So fine. So that's how it works. Now I'll show you one more. Now see this. I'll give you a requirement. Okay. For that requirement you have to write custom tag. Okay, because you don't want to write what? Java coding in the JSP. See this requirement now. So first page, when you make the request, you will be asking the user to enter 2 numbers. Enter number 1 and enter number 2. You will ask the user to enter 2 numbers. So this you can keep it as an HTML file only, enter.html file. You got it now. So and you'll say submit, means you are entering 2 numbers to do addition. So my requirement is simple. As soon as I press now, you should have one JSP here. One or something like add number dot JSP. Yeah, this will be add number dot JSP. So yes, you can write the logic. It's not a big thing for you know everything how to do it. But my requirement is totally different. What? The sum of the numbers is whatever you give 10 and 20. If you give, it should be what? 30. So you have to write that code in JSP. You can do it. How you write? Request.get parameter S1, request.get parameter S2, then you'll convert S1 to what? Int, and then you'll do the addition, and then you'll say out or percentage equal to, you can write it. But my question is, do not use Java coding in JSP. So you can write it using scriptlet and expressions and all that. Yes or no? So when you get such kind of logics, okay, so you depend on custom tags, because set property, get property, use mean and all will not support all this. Yes, so you have to write custom tag. So I'll write on custom tag now. Where? Here. Let's see this, how you write it. H:\add, and tag I'll write H:\add. I'll have an attribute x is equal to, understood, and I can use expression here directly, percentage equal to what? Request dot get parameter of num1, request dot get parameter of num2. That's it. Finished. When this tag is encountered, what will happen? The class will execute now. Do start tag, you can do that addition. What is the big thing about this now? So once you know the flow, logic you can write very easily. Simple example now. Clear? So H:\add, I have 2 attributes now. What are the 2 attributes I'll have? H and Y. So 2 attributes will be there. We'll see how to give the value. But we are getting dynamic values now. Who is giving the value now? User. Whatever value he gives, that value will be given to this attribute. This attribute value will be given to your tag handler class. It will be given to your tag handler class now. So in the tag handler class, how many setters you will have? 2 setters. One for X, one for Y. And in the TLD file also you'll have two attributes. You have to define the two attributes. So the container will refer to the TLD file, and then only those attributes it will call setters. If you will sometimes write setter method, but if you forget to write what? Attribute, setter method will not be called, because the container is purely depending on the TLD file or it's a XML file. Metadata. How many attributes are there? It will see there, then it will call the corresponding setter methods. Yeah? Simple flow. We'll see this. Okay. So that's going to be the output now. Yeah, we'll be moving to the next example now, the 19th one, and the last example for what? Custom tags. Enter.html. It's very simple. See there, enter first number, normal HTML. When you want static displays, always depend on what? HTML. So this is done, enter.html. So when you submit this, it will go to what? Add number.jsp. Yes, we'll go to directly add number.jsp now. Yes. Simple, over. Nothing bigger. Yes or no? You are using one custom tag. Okay. So here I have written this much of code. Directly you could have told what? Request.get parameter using expression here itself. Just for, I split it into two lines for your clarity purpose. Fine. Okay. And still we are going to see more better things. It will be unbelievable. Fact is, this also will not be there later. No Java code in JSPs. Completely it will be eliminated. You might be thinking, no, I'm writing a tag, okay, but this is still Java code, no. That also I will eliminate. Okay, so all this support we are seeing for what? Elimination of Java code only, but one by one concept I am taking. Right now I am taking which one? Sorry, custom tags. I am teaching you custom tags. With the help of EL, expression language, you can eliminate that also. Directly you can give the value in the request object to your attribute. That I'll show you next. Clear? So we'll go on. We'll be seeing one by one. So anyway, but what is the idea now? H:\add x is equal to, I'm giving that string value, this one. So you'll have two setters now. So prefix. What is prefix now? H. So again it will go to hello.tld. So in hello.tld, suffix will be identified. Add. What is the name of the class? You can give any name. Till now I was giving tag handler, tag handler. If you want to give that suffix or leave it. Addition I am telling, see there. And then what is there? Empty. It will not have body. Yes, pre-decided. I don't want to give any body. Attributes. How many are there? X and Y. Required. Mandatory it is. Otherwise how will you do addition? It is mandatory, no? So required true. RT expression value. Dynamic value will be given? Yes, true. So that's it. Your this is what your TLD file is. Simple, over. Okay, so mapping will happen. It will come to which one now? Addition class. Everything remains same. So I am implementing tag again. Or if you want, you can extend what? Tag support or whatever. That's your wish. Override the required methods. Clear? So here I am having segregators for which one? Both X and Y. Both I am having. I am showing you only for the flow purpose how the methods are getting executed. Clear? So again you can notice the SOP, but you don't have to override all the methods if you extend body tag support or whatever. Clear? So better you extend only, but this is I am just showing you for your flow. First set page context is called, then set parent is called, then the setter methods of the attributes will be called, then do start tag will be called, then do end tag will be called. So just go through that. And here what I am doing, do start tag, very interesting now. See this, segregator okay, you know that. Set page context okay, set parent okay, get parent okay, do start tag, very interesting. Integer.parseInt. So whatever values you get from the JSP to your tag handler class will be of always type string. Okay, so it is string. Now see this. Yeah, directly you got the value. Yeah, and I can say pc.getResponse value of num1. That's it. I can print. I am doing the addition now. Clear? And you can print. That is your SOP. Whatever you want, you can print. And I am saying skip body. So in do end tag eval page, I am saying release. No resources still. But if you had any database collection and all that, you could have done it. Clear? So that's it. So this is how you can write it. So I'll go with deploying this. So it will ask you to enter first number and second number 10 and 20, and I'll say enter. So value of num1 is 10, value of num2 is 20, sum of both numbers is 30, end of JSP. So in fact in the JSP I have not written anything here. All that output came from the tag handler class. And if you want, you can see the console. First set page context, set parent, setters, do start tag, do end tag. That for showing you this output only, I have overridden those methods. Clear? So this is how you can write. So practice all this. Important you practice this, and only once you practice in your lifetime. Only once, custom tags. Okay, now I have completed which one? Taglib directive in your JSP. How do you feel? Some people might be finding it difficult. Yes, and now you might be start telling what? Oh, all this is there in Java. I have to learn all this. Only flow you say, only once in code in your lifetime. That's it. Okay, just get the control of this. The Sun people know that you need tags like this. Okay, they have you know plenty of tags, not a single tag you'll write in your lifetime. So many tags have been provided. Rarely here and there one tag you might write. So you do not worry. That is the next thing what you'll be learning, JSTL. You got rich tag support. Clear? So you do not have to worry also. So whenever the developer faces problem, Sun will step in and starts giving you solution. So there what I'll do, I'll start using tags now. When I'm teaching you JSTL, what I'll do? I start using tags. If you question me now, if it is not going to be used, why did I teach you? Flow is important now. When I start using JSTL, there what I'll do? I'll start using tags, I'll start using attributes, values, and I'll start adding what? Taglib directives. And code will start getting executed automatically. Only for that purpose I taught you what? Taglib, directive, and how to develop custom tags. Okay, so even in interview it is very important because so many tags are there, unbelievable man, you will not believe. So many tags in JSP, you will only continuously start seeing only tags, but not written by us, but by vendors for us. Many vendors are there. Sun also will give you, third party vendors also will give you. So whichever one you want, you can start using now. So you do not have to worry too much about custom tags of developing it and using it. Don't bother. But flow you understand how it is going on to execute. Relaxed now? Okay, that is what is more important. So whenever you face a problem, you got ultimate luxury solutions. You do not have to worry. But basics should be very clear for moving to the next level. So the next level, so we have completed all now. In this one, which one? Remember, keep the basics in mind. First the basic thing you keep in mind. We can use these 5 things in the JSP. One, you can write Java code. Rest all 4 things have been provided for avoiding writing Java code. That's it. That basic you keep remembering always. I covered 3, EL and JSTL. If I cover these 2, you can write scriptless JSPs. Not in one Java code in the JSP will be there. Clear? So JSTL is tags, EL is one more new concept. So when we cover these 2, fully it will be Java code free or scriptless JSPs. Clear with all this now? So be relaxed, you got full luxury ahead. Only you should know what you want to do. Solution is already there for you. Yeah, plenty of tags I'll show in JSTL. Okay, that's it.